2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Tonight, it'll be the Brooklyn Nets going up against the Sacramento Kings. And guys, for the Kings, they find themselves with a comparable win percentage to this time last year, but looking to make a push as this season continues. And here at the start of the season, Kenny, some teams still struggling to get into a rhythm. It's like...
That's a nice beat.
See, struggling to get into the
There you
rhythm.
go. That's a nice beat, though.
How important are win and loss records at this point?
Well, of course, every game counts. I'm on rhythm, without a doubt. Gonna pass it to Shaq, so don't panic yet, because Shaq is here, and he's our vet. Go, Shaq.
Young teams can have a hard time, especially early on.
Early on.
If you have a new coach,
Yes.
you don't know what's going on.
Hey.
And if it's going to take some time from every team to learn. Because now we got to go to Kevin.
Why?
Because he likes to turn.
Hey.
And don't let the high fashion fool you. These Brooklyn Nets mean business. A shot from earlier on coming down the tunnel, ready to put a show on here at home. And the game arrival, sponsored by Express. Dress like a pro. There below is Barclays Center and the borough of Brooklyn, where there's never a dull moment. Welcome, everyone. Let's get ready for some NBA basketball on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan, and joining me tonight, Chris Webber and Greg Anthony, with our Hall of Famer David Aldridge reporting from the sideline. Hey, Dave.
Well, the Brooklyn Nets returned to relevance last season after their ill-fated 2013 trade with Boston cost them years of first-round draft picks. D'Angelo Russell was their first All-Star in half a decade, and in 2019 they made the playoffs. You've got to give credit to this front office for building a roster without a lot of top picks. Kevin?
Really making the most of not having much to work with. Thank you, D.A. Here we are in November. Let's see how things are shaking out in the West early in the season. Take a look at the Kings. They're down in 9th place so far, still early in the season.
Yeah, you know, for the Kings, they had the kind of hot and cold start that we've kind of come to expect. Nothing that would indicate they're in for any kind of a breakout season.
They do look like they're the same kind of team they were last year. Good, but not special.
Let's take a look at our starters for Sacramento. Joseph and Hield make up the backcourt. Rashawn Holmes out there with Bielitsa, and it's Barnes in at the small forward. And for the Nets, Allen is out there with Taurean Prince. Then it's Joe Harris. Then it's Garrett Temple. And it's Dinwiddie in at the 1 spot.
Well, the Kings decided to move on from Coach Yeager last year. I mean, he did help rebuild that team. Give him credit. They felt like Luke Walton was the choice to get them to the next level.
Now here's Barnes. His 3-pointers off the mark. Joseph against Dinwiddie. Allen, that's good.
And getting the offense started with a high-quality look down low.
And for Walton and this team, they sought him out as soon as he was available.
Yeah, and you have to like the situation he's walking into. I mean, Yeager was the longest tenured coach for the team for quite some time. Having some stability and leadership showed up in the win column during his tenure.
Here's Temple. The Kings getting the bucket. Pass to Dinwiddie. The 10-footer. That one doesn't go. And Sacramento will go the other way with it. They come into this having outplayed Phoenix the last game.
And that one was all about offensive execution, running your plays, picking your spots.
And as long as you do that, you put yourself in a good position to win, no matter if you're home or away.
It's the Nets now after the Kings pick up 2. Now, his last outing with 20 points. 5 to shoot. Back to Temple. Just around a minute and a half into the first quarter. And that one is off. Joseph, the pass to Holmes. And Holmes throws it down.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. Pass to Harris. Teardrop shot. That one, no good.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
Well, that's why he's out there right now. In situations like this, he stands tall to prevent points.
And stolen by Barnes. And out of bounds as Brooklyn gains possession. For Brooklyn, they've gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. He's making his presence felt offensively with his scoring average up there at almost 13 points a game. Dinwiddie's shot is off.
They're struggling here early. 1 for 5 now. The D has them bottled up so far.
Shot by Hield, nobody around. Again, the miss by the Kings. Nets trail by 4. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. Here's Temple. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Yeah, very little resistance. I mean, you had to bring much faster help than that.
And the 6'6" point guard, Spencer Dinwiddie, second-round pick of the Detroit Pistons in 2014. You know, Greg, they might have wished they held on to him.
One of the most improved players in our league. Last season, he signed that 4-year, $48 million extension from the Nets, rewarding his growth.
Chris, we're getting into a new season, but already we're seeing teams hit that injury bug early on.
Yeah, Kevin, don't you just hate to see it? So hopefully those guys come back healthy. And, man, you hate seeing that, but I tell you what, again, injuries can always also have a positive effect. If you get that injured player back, let's just think you get to give guys time that didn't get that much time before. So they're getting kind of 2 seasons within one. The playoffs come, you get that healthy player back. And by the way, you have a guy that you developed off the bench, and now you have a deeper team, a little more depth.
His shots. About 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Out left to the wing. And Allen with the layup.
Down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Now, here's Holmes. Really played well against Phoenix in his last outing. Over Allen. Dinwiddie with the rebound.
Oh, defense, they just took that possession off. I mean, they get away with it that time, but they got to show some more aggression. Well, it's all about the assist on that play. He puts it in the perfect spot.
And here is Joseph. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Hield outside. The 3. The rebound by Prince.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Harris. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet. Dinwiddie's got 3 assists tonight.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Now here's Joseph. Deflects the pass. Stolen by Allen. Oh, and a fast break for the Nets. Prince with the ball. A second chance effort. Allen's shot is off.
Playing him tough inside to prevent the layup. Now to get the whole team pumped up.
The drive by Barnes.
Look at the explosiveness from Barnes. He took it right to the teeth of the defense.
The Nets have gone 5 of 12 from the field since the opening tip. Here's Temple, covered by Heel. Temple dishes to Allen. It's Dinwiddie, top of the key. That one drops, and he's now 2 for 5. He's trailed by 3. Joseph with the ball. And there's the pass to Holmes. And it's sent back by Allen. Prince, and that one is...
He gives up a lot of size to most other power forwards, but not too many of them can fly like he can.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Now, here's Holmes. He has 6. Kicks it to Heel. 6 on the shot clock. Oh, and here comes Prince. All alone. Throws down the breakaway jam.
Well, they want to get out and run.
Joseph, the pass to Holmes. It's stolen by Allen. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. Here's Temple with nobody on him. He buries the jumper.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Now here's Joseph. Barnes outside. And all around the rim that time before dropping in. Barnes has got his second bucket tonight.
Oh, they'll take that, but they got to find a better shot than that on their next trip.
Dinwiddie to Prince. Allen dishes to Prince. And it's Sacramento with the rebound. They're getting their first look of the season at the Nets in this one.
Yeah, and they put up a goose egg last year when they played this team twice.
Passes to Bielitsa. Back to Barnes. Over Harris. Barnes can't get it to go. Brooklyn leading by 8. Prince, the pass to Harris. Dinwiddie against Joseph. Dinwiddie attacking. Up and in on the layup. Dinwiddie's got 7 points.
And the defense looks soft early on. They've got to summon up a little more sense of urgency.
So the King timeout, they're first.
And a one-year player at Texas, Jared Allen came into the league as a bit of a project. He's got ample playing time to develop in Brooklyn.
And now a chance to take a look at some numbers for Bogdanovich.
And right now, he's in one of those grooves where he has a tremendous feel for the game. His assist numbers these past 5 look a lot different than from the rest of the season. And by different, I mean better.
Here's Giles. Pass to Sacramento will retain possession. To 5 on the shot clock. Answer the ball out of bounds. Dinwiddie touched it last.
And he made the right read on that play, but just couldn't secure the steal.
And you can tell he feels he should have had it still. The hustle was impressive.
Just 5 to shoot. From the arc.
In building this lead, they've done a terrific job finishing the defensive sequences with the backboard. That has been key.
And Trevor Ariza is going to pick up a foul here. That's his first foul. Here's Dinwiddie in the hoop for his 4th field goal. 4 for 7 shooting and looking for more.
His individual effort has been outstanding tonight, and it's helped him grab the lead.
Ariza outside. And it's good for 2.
Such a soft release on the floater. Ariza freezing the D with these shots.
And it's Dinwiddie with the ball. Bringing it up now for the Brooklyn Nets. It's a 10-point game. Outside jumper. It's down.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
And they're on the break. Open. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
This quarter expending tremendous energy. Going down, he's still calling for it.
They could use it here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
14 feet away. Bank shot. No good. Nets leading by 13. Here's Nwaba. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Pass to Claxton. Dishes to Dinwiddie. Just 5 on the clock. And Trevor Ariza is going to pick up a foul here. That's foul number 2 for him.
2 fouls and we're not even out of the first quarter. That's not a good pace to set.
Here's Dinwiddie. He really played well in that last game against Charlotte. Shot clock at 6. Back to Shumpert for Bogdanovich.
Oh, you got to see more of this from Bogdanovich. It's important that he stays engaged and active on defense.
And with the signing of Durant and Irving along with DeAndre Jordan, Greg, are the Brooklyn Nets now claiming the mantle for the top team in New York?
Listen, they were already the better team a season ago. After stealing the Knicks' thunder in free agency, acquiring the superstar talent, they're poised to steal the Knicks' cultural relevance as well.
The pass to Dinwiddie. Two free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. All players look for an edge, Chris. For example, certain guys are just so deceptive with the ball in their hands. I mean, you're always looking for whatever can give you that advantage.
Two of the best. Players and people can complain as much as they want, but Harden getting to the line is genius because he knows how you're guarding him, and basically you got to stay away from him to guard him because he's so skilled. And by the way, Curry does the same thing, and Curry, one of the smaller players in the league, but always finding a way to take the contact, take the bump, but to get the scoring up. And I think as a fan, for me, it's fun watching the cat and mouse game between the offensive player and the defender, seeing who can get the best of each other while involving the ref.
Well, they just control their bodies so well. They know exactly what they need to do to get that call.
And it's all on the spur of the moment. I mean, this is all on the fly. Such genius to watch play.
He hits the second from the line. The Kings trail by 14. There's Farrell. No points in the game yet for him. Here's Bogdanovich. It's deflected. Dinwiddie left side. It's the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
Yeah, Greg, they've come out of the gate strong at both ends of the floor, just in total control so far.
Now, here's Dedmon. 8 points his last outing. Outside Bogdanovich. It's good.
Polished offensive player. Bogdanovich has a nice-looking mid-range shot, and it just continues to get better.
And Shumpert kicks to Dinwiddie. 1:05 left to play here in the first. Count that bucket.
Some players might wear down during this kind of run. He's only getting strong.
The Kings trail 16. Passes it to Dedmon. Pass to Bogdanovich. From the wing. That one doesn't drop. And Brooklyn will now go the other way with it. They defeated Charlotte in their last game.
In that one, they owned the backboards. Most of the second chance opportunities went to them.
Yeah, if you can be that much better on the glass, you're going to win the game.
Shumpert passes to Dinwiddie. Can't nail the jumper.
Golden opportunity that he can't make good on. Maybe a wake-up call to the D, though. They can't leave him alone like that.
Now Bogdanovich. From deep three-point range, and the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And so it's Brooklyn with a sizable lead as the quarter wraps up. They're ahead 16 points. Their transition game has been in full effect. We've got more in store for you right after this. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And the Nets have been rolling right along here, haven't they?
Well, this is the edge that great rim protection can give you.
Showing no mercy right now. The shooters look frustrated, seeing so many of their shots get stifled.
Nets leading by 16. And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. On the court for Sacramento, Giles is out there with Dwayne Dedmon. Then there's Bogdanovich. Then it's Trevor Ariza. And it's Farrell in at point guard.
Nice interior defense. Can't give him any space inside or he'll burn you.
Got a piece of it. Shumpert, he's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Here's Musa. He's covered by Bogdanovich. Got a hand on it. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Terrific assist. A nice finish. Solid play all around.
What about the vision of Ariza just slashing the D apart with his passing?
And you see flashes of brilliance with Harry Giles. And eventually, Chris, you think he'll put it all together?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I do, Kevin. He missed so much time in both college and his entire rookie year. I mean, a little behind the curve in that regard, but the talent is clear. And there was a reason why he was once the top-rated player in this draft.
Some people have already predicted future MVPs. Is there a surprise name that you think could win that MVP award, Chris, down the road?
Oh, I think there are a few surprises. I mean, we can go young with young guys like a Trae Young or Luka Doncic. We can go with guys that we expect to do it like Anthony Davis, who just seems like he's just biting at the bit. There's a few young Celtics. There's a few young Lakers that in a few years you never know what they could do, especially the ones that are playing with great guys and watching their practice habits, game habits, stealing their recipes or stealing what they eat before the game and their health-wise. So many guys right now that are going to be in that second tier coming up. It's going to be fun to watch their growth.
It will. And so he hits both.
Well, one thing the Kings have on their roster are very active bigs.
Yeah, guys like Bagley, Giles, and so on. I mean, they all move great, GA. I mean, these guys help the Kings to thrive in transition. They got quick, big men that can also start the break by bringing it up themselves.
And here's Farrell. He'll bring it up for Sacramento. They trail by 16. Bogdanovich passes to Giles. And the bucket is good. Three-point play chance here for him.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. The Nets making a switch here. Harris is checked in. Free throw good, Giles. Nets leading by 13. Here's Musa. Pass to Shumpert. And it's Sacramento with the rebound.
The D hanging tough and stopping what would normally have been an easy lay.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And a sudden departure from L.A. for Luke Walton. Landed with Sacramento almost immediately. Seems like he escaped some dysfunction upon leaving L.A.
Yeah, Jay, we all heard the reports that there was a lot of backstabbing during Walton's last year in L.A. I'm sure it feels nice for him to get a fresh start, especially with the front office that wants him there.
And the first one drops. So both teams making some changes here. And good on the second, so he makes them both.
And among NBA bigs, he is known for his ability to deliver at the free throw line.
Now the pass to Harris. Rebound by Bielitsa. The Kings trail by 11. Barnes right side. He kicks to Joseph. Healed with it. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Garrett Temple is checked in for Brooklyn. Brooklyn on defense. Here's Hield, and the lead is down inside single digits.
In the mid-range game of Hield is excellent. Always got to play up on him when he has the ball.
About 3 minutes played so far in the second quarter. Prince outside. 5 on the clock. Passes it to Musa.
And with the chance, let's take a look now at the numbers for Bielitsa. 4th and 3-point field goal percentage. And with a top 20 ranking in field goal percentage, you put the ball in his hands and he converts at a remarkable rate.
And yeah, he's one of the dead-eye sharpshooters in the game for sure. A top 5 percentage guy from deep. Just a hard man to slow down. That free throw, no good. Chris, we talk about perimeter scoring becoming more prevalent. The biggest shift coming from bigs shooting more threes.
Yeah, they are now counted upon to space the floor. And the better you can shoot, the better you can space the floor. And then more importantly, if you can knock down that three, you become a triple threat because now you can shoot there, maybe you can dribble and get by, or because of your height, you see different passing lanes and you can be a better passer, getting your teammates involved, and they like that spacing as well.
And Joseph kicks to Holmes. The dish to Barnes. And the layup falls. Barnes has got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Pass to Harris. And Rashawn Holmes gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Allen outside. Pass to Musa. 6 to shoot. Get a shot off here.
And it's important that Hill improves on his defense because I like watching him show focus on the other end of the floor.
Shoots the 3. The shot is good. It's his 2nd bucket in 5 tries.
A tough start scoring the basketball, but they're starting to turn it around now.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
Here we are in November, and let's see how things are going out east in the early season. You look at the Nets. They reside in the 7th slot right now in the early part of the season.
Yeah, I think for the Nets, they're one of those teams that hasn't quite figured it out this year. A lot of talent, a lot of heart, but nothing to put them up on that next level.
Yeah, they're kind of in that caught in the middle type group. You know what I mean? You wonder if they need a personnel change to get over the hump.
Here's Musa. Overhealed. Offensive rebound. Here's Allen. They need this one. And he sinks the layup. Allen's got
second chance points always hurt. Just not enough effort to block out.
Yeah, that's what's frustrating because you did the job defensively to get the stop, and then you gave it right back.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, after years and years of rebuilding, the Kings are finally a team on the rise, and they're earning respect. Draymond Green said they've got a lot of young talent, never quit, probably the fastest team in the history of the NBA. Green said after he plays them, I leave the game exhausted. I go home, I'm dead. And Kevin, we know that Green is pretty accustomed to going all out.
David, he sure is. He's got a lot of engine in him. Thank you so much.
I mean, he's out there on an island all by himself. I mean, good job to stay cool and train.
And Barnes. Holmes. He made that one. Basket number 3 for him. He's also missed 2.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Here's Temple, covered by Heel. And the pass to Musa. In the corner, it's Temple. Jacks up a 3. Rebounded by Holmes. Holmes got 6 rebounds now in the game.
And he hasn't been able to do much damage outside the three-point line. Just one triple for him in the game, and that was back in the first quarter.
And the foul called on Jarrett Allen. That'll be his second foul of the game. Dinwiddie is checked in for Musa. Bielitsa against Prince. Barnes looking around. Allen with the rebound. Allen's got it on the night. Harris passes to Prince. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Harrison Barnes picks one up.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
And a 4-year player at Baylor, Taurean Prince, something of a surprise lottery pick back in 2016. But Greg, he's become a very valuable player.
You know, he's one of those two-way power wings that it seems every team wants. A dependable three-point marksman who holds his own defensively.
And that one falls for Prince. And both free throws good for Prince. And so it's Joseph with it. He'll bring it up for Sacramento. 6-point game. Passes to Heel. Shot clock at 6. Knocks it loose. There's the 3. Again, the miss by the Kings.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Now, here's Dinwiddie. 17 points in the game. And Temple kicks to Harris. High post Allen. Goes back up. Prince lays it up and banks it in. Prince has got 10.
There's that passion of his, battling with every ounce of energy he has.
Dinwiddie against Joseph. Pass to Barnes. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's on Jared Allen.
Well, last year, Harrison Barnes traded at the deadline from Dallas to Sacramento. Dallas looking ahead and decided to move Barnes, who was in the midst of a tough season.
First one falls for him. It didn't take much for the Kings, Chris, to jump on the chance to add someone like Barnes.
Yeah, he had a tough year last year, but not too long ago, Barnes was a player giving you almost 20 a night on the wing. The Kings see him as a player in his prime to serve as a leader to this young core.
He makes 1 of 2 that time.
And they're getting to the line a lot in this quarter, guys, and it hasn't been by accident.
Offensive rebound. Here's Temple, and he converts the layup. Temple's got his second basket of the night.
As the game has gone along, they've gotten more and more aggressive on the backboard.
Joseph against Twitty. Healed outside. Over Temple. That one's good, and the Brooklyn lead is cut down now to just 7 on the bucket from Heel.
I like how Hill runs the pick and roll. If he gets any separation off the screen, he's ready to fire.
Harris passes to Dinwiddie. It's hauled in by the Kings. Holmes got 7 rebounds in the game. It's stolen by Harris. Right wing. Here's Dinwiddie. A three-pointer, no good. The Kings trail by 7. Outside, Joseph. Shot clock at 5. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Yeah, the defender all over.
The Kings have shot 6 of 7 at the line.
Yeah, and over the course of the season, they're a respectable 78%. That comes in handy in close games.
The first one falls. Some changes for Sacramento. Giles checked in for Rashawn Holmes. Riza comes in for Bielitsa. And it's Bogdanovich in for Heel. And Joseph drops them both. Brooklyn leading by 5. Dinwiddie surveying the floor. Got a piece of it. Now Joseph Pass to Ariza. And the shot is long. Brooklyn's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Here's Nwaba. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Here's Jordan. And again, it's the Nets missing.
You know, the right thing there to try to fade away with the D all over him, but that is a difficult shot to sink.
Ariza goes in, and foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It goes on Spencer Dinwiddie. And even though, Chris, he isn't the athletic dynamo he once was, the length of Ariza is always a factor.
Yeah, I mean, for years now, Ariza has been a nuisance for opposing scorers with his reach. And Kevin, you know he's great at contesting shots, and he's good for at least 1 or 2 takeaways a game.
First free throw is good.
And it's easy to see why a team would want Ariza on their roster. Makes the right decisions, mentors young players, and is well respected throughout the league.
Catching up on the changes for Sacramento. Wayne Dedman comes in for Barnes, and Yogi Ferrell subbed in for Joseph. Ariza hits them both.
And during Ariza's career, he has established himself as an effective role player and fantastic outside shooter and a tenacious defender.
Dinwiddie up top. He's got 17. Count it. Dinwiddie's got 19 points.
No, but sometimes you don't need a haymaker, just a jab. You got to get those easy looks inside.
Giles kicks to Bogdanovich. The pass to Dedman. Shumpert against Bogdanovich. The basket is good. That's his 6th attempt and his 3rd make.
And their shots are falling now with more regularity than we saw at first.
Dinwiddie outside. That's tipped. Here's Nwaba. Ariza covering. And here is Shumpert. Jordan trying to free himself up. The rebound by Giles. Giles has got his 4th rebound in this one. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. With a break in the action, let's take a peek at the top rebounding teams in the NBA this season. In 3rd, the Nets.
You know, it's not necessarily a glamour stat, but make no mistake, their top-notch board work has been a huge key to their success.
And he makes the first. No good on the second free throw. Well, last season, for sure, Greg, a bit of a journey for DeAndre Jordan as he went from the Mavericks to the Knicks before his free agency. Now he is a part of Brooklyn.
And both KD and Kyrie took pay cuts to get Jordan on board. Still a factor with his size and defense, despite a lackluster year in 2019. Nets are hoping he can find his magic and be a force once again.
Sacramento again missing.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
Against Shumpert. Bogdanovich with it. From deep. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in.
Look at Shumpert on defense. He's excellent at contesting without fouling.
And so it's the Brooklyn Nets with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. And don't go away. We'll be right back.
The Two Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, and welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson here. If your name is Shaquille O'Neal, raise your hand, please. If your name is Shaquille O'Neal, raise your hand, please. I guess Shaq's not here today. If your name is Kenny the Jet Smith, raise your hand, please. There. And I'm Kevin Harlan. Brooklyn came out looking very confident. They blasted through the opening period like a tornado, at one point leading by 16. Big-time offense for them was the theme, and at the end of quarter one, they were up by 16. Things started to even out at least a bit as they saw that big first-quarter lead shrink to 6 by the end of the second. And from what we saw so far from the Nets, Kenny, what's your takeaway?
Well, I like their effort on the boards because a game could come down to just a few key possessions, and extra rebounds can give you those extra possessions if you work at it.
Shaq, what's your take on Sacramento?
I was surprised at some of the recklessness. They were scattered, sloppy ball handling, just too many turnovers. It gets back to fundamentals. Forget the highlight reel pass. Make the effective one. Simple bounce pass. John Wooden taught us that in the 40s, 30s, 50s, whenever he was coaching. Just play under control. Simple ball, dude.
And that'll do it for our halftime report. Stay tuned for the second half, about to get underway.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. You have to like what we're seeing from Spencer Dinwiddie.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
Yeah, Greg, this game has his fingerprints all over it. Now looking to replicate what he did in the first half.
And so it's Dinwiddie who brings up the ball for the Nets. At one point, they led by 16. Inside, we got Prince and Jordan. Garrett Temple is out there with Spencer Dinwiddie. And it's Harris in at the 3 slot. That's the group starting the second half for Kenny Atkinson. Here's Hield following the basket by DeAndre Jordan. Outside, Joseph. Shoots over Dinwiddie. Shot by Joseph, no good.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
Dinwiddie up top. He's covered by Joseph. And he gets the bucket. And now it's a 10-point Brooklyn lead. And for Sacramento, they're shooting the ball at 42%. Second half just getting started. About a minute played. And there's Barnes. It's good on the assist from Joseph. Joseph's got 4 assists now tonight.
That's no run-of-the-mill finish by Barnes right there. He gets thrown off balance by the contact, keeps his focus, stays with it, and gets it to go.
Now here's Prince. He's got 10. Inside, Harris. Great pass to set up the lay-in. Harris is 6.
Oh, the movement off the ball is good. I mean, and the pass to hit him in stride is even better.
Now here's Hield. Defense right on him. On the wing, Barnes. Over Prince. It'll go, and the Nets lead is cut down now to just 8 points with the basket from Barnes.
Possessing the ability to shoulder and offense. I mean, for Barnes, it's about getting into a rhythm early and staying assertive.
Now here's Prince. He's been a reliable scorer for him as he's averaging up over 13 points a game. Jordan with the bucket.
Guys, they're just hurt. I mean, plain and simple. It's got to be more of a collective effort to secure that backboard.
Knocked away and stolen by Jordan. Lobs it up for Jordan. Dinwiddie finds Jordan. He gets that one. And that's 23 points. Spencer Dinwiddie.
And despite the size disadvantage, attacking the heart of that defense.
Yeah, very aggressive. I mean, he takes on the challenge with no hesitation.
Hield with the bucket.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. It's Jordan on the wing. Back to Dinwiddie. Harris outside. 5 to shoot. Fires it up. They get it back.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
The Kings trail by 12. Now here's Joseph. Barnes, this one for 3. It's good from long range. Barnes has got 16 points.
Oh, wow. 4 of 5 to start the half. Coming out on fire.
Here's Temple, covered by Heel. Here's Dinwiddie. Here's Jordan. And terrific work on the offensive glass, and he picks up 2. 8 points for him.
They continue to be outworked and outmuscled on the backboard.
Healed outside. And there's the call on DeAndre Jordan. That's his first foul. Brooklyn making some changes. Jared Allen comes in for Jordan. And it's Musa in for Garrett Temple. Harris against Barnes. Outside, Joseph. No good on the 3. Nets leading by 11. Down low, here's Prince. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And it's numbers for Jared Allen. 2nd in field goal percentage. 15th in rebounding. And, of course, rim protection always at a premium. That's an important part of his game. Top 20 in blocks per.
And you mentioned it, he's the 2nd best shooter in the league right now. Quick trigger with just a little bit better footwork. He could take over that top spot. And that one falls for Prince. And both free throws good for Prince. And it's Joseph with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Sacramento Kings, trailing by 13. Passes it to Barnes. Now Bielitsa. Barnes trying to free himself up. Bielitsa with the bucket. Bielitsa's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Wow, something's brewing, guys. The 3-pointers just continue to flow.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Kenny Atkinson, who's a native of Long Island, now has his dream job, coaching the Brooklyn Nets. He doesn't need praise or recognition. Instead, he's fueled by the fear of failure. He says, I always feel like I'm one banana peel away from never being in the NBA again. Kevin, he's got his team playing with that same determination.
David, he sure does. Thank you very much. Here's Musa. He dishes it to Allen. Dinwiddie passes to Prince. Allen finds Prince. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
The Nets have shot the ball pretty well from the line, going 8 of 11.
And they've been ordinary on the season as well, just about 75% from the line.
And that one falls for Prince. Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for Rashawn Holmes. That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2. The Kings trail by 11. Here's Barnes. That shot is good. He has made 8 while missing only 4. That's 67% shooting.
And you see Barnes attacking any holes in the D he sees. Love that aggressive mindset.
Now here's Dinwiddie. He's got 23. And it's Harris off the drive. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Harrison Barnes picks one up.
No question, he got bumped on that shot. And he might not be a household name just yet, but Joe Harris is one of the game's true dead-eye marksmen. You can make the case he's the most underrated shooter in the league.
That free throw missing. Maybe not the most famous beard in the league, but Joe Harris's beard last year, Greg, drawing some notice in the NBA.
The lumberjack look belying his feathery touch. Good size and strength, enabling him to play the small forward position when needed.
And the Nets making a change here. Shumpert's checked in. That's off as well, so he misses both. And the NBA is seeming to be at the crossroads of sports and fashion and crisp music. Do you think it's always been this interwoven?
Oh, Kevin, please. You see the outfits they're wearing now? Now I got to be like
I do.
Fuddy-duddy, the old guy. Oh, my goodness. Guys are basically coming into the game like, did you turn on the lights before you got dressed in your closet? I mean, I know it's fashion. I'm not speaking about any one guy, but wow. I'm telling you, they've taken fashion to another level. And even though I joke about it, it's always fun anticipating what type of outfit I'm going to see guys walking. Especially, I mean, come on. I love their games, and then I look and I say, wow. They have to be confident on the court because they wore that to the game today. They're confident in life all around.
Overall, right.
Yeah.
And Chris, last season, Bogdanovich shifting to the role of sixth man for the Kings, but he flourished in that spot.
Yeah, and even though he was coming off the bench, Bogdanovich got plenty of chances and minutes. He was given the green light to shoot with the second unit. He also did a fair amount of facilitating as well.
And so Bogdanovich nails both of them. Well, Greg, it took some time for Bogdanovich to make it over to the NBA, but you can see why he was worth the wait.
And Bogdanovich showed some flashes of his great shooting that rookie year and only improved on that last season. Still, in his mid-20s, he should only continue to get better as he adjusts to the NBA.
And here's Farrell. He'll bring it up for the Sacramento Kings. 9-point game. Now Dedmon kicks to Bogdanovich. Drops in the layup for two. Bogdanovich has got 10 points in the game.
Outstanding at taking it to the cup. Now look, when Bogdanovich is in attack mode, it's great to watch.
Shumpert passes to Harris. Dedmon with the block. Here's Barnes. 18 points for him. Farrell kicks to Barnes. Knocked loose. Right side, count it.
See how Shumpert just powered through that? So good at converting, even when he gets knocked around.
And Amon Shumpert, a player who is now mostly used, Chris, as a specialist on defense.
Yeah, the offense really hasn't been there for Shump his whole career, but he can get you a few here and there. Still has great length, and you love his energy on the defensive end. He can bother opposing guards.
David Nwaba is checked in for Joe Harris. Free throw, no good from Shumpert.
No, I love Shumpert. I mean, defensively, he's reliable, but offensively, these guys now can depend on him, and he has a great sense for when to shoot the ball as well.
Farrell passes to Barnes. Dedmon break free, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
The 7th pick in 2012 out of North Carolina, Harrison Barnes won a title in Golden State. Signs the big contract with Dallas, but yet to achieve the stardom that many predicted back in high school.
Shooting 2.
That's good from Barnes. Greg, you look at Harrison Barnes. What's his best role?
I mean, Kevin, he's a hard worker, able to hit the spot up three. Defensively, his strength gives him some versatility, just a solid contributor.
He's perfect from the line this time.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
Nets leading by 9. Outside jumper. Over in the corner, Allen.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Ariza with the bucket.
Oh, I love the way Ariza sticks it to the defense, out-muscling and out-working anyone in front of him.
Here's Shumpert following the score by Trevor Ariza. Shumpert passes to Musa. He feeds it to Allen. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Shumpert. Offline with his 3. The Kings trail by 7. Bogdanovich passes to Desmond. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Allen. And so he's picked up his final foul. And he will sit for the rest of this game.
Yeah, and luckily they've got terrific depth at that position. If there's one spot on the floor where they can afford to lose somebody, that would probably be it.
Shooting 2.
And that one misses. Harry Giles is checked in for Sacramento. Good on the second free throw. Here's Temple. He has 5. Pass to Nwaba. He kicks it to Jordan. Floats one. Dedmon with the block. And now Sacramento on the break. Pulls up for 3. Ariza with the bucket. Ariza's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Passes like that help develop team chemistry. Bogdanovich, I love the display of unselfishness.
Temple finds Jordan. Shumpert up top. Pass to Temple. Clock at 6. The good-looking shot from the wing. Temple's got 7 points in the game. The Kings 5. Here's Farrell. A floater. Yep, it counts.
Given the size disadvantage, you have to have a lot of confidence to take that shot.
No question, GA. I mean, it takes skill and a certain level of fearlessness.
Here's Temple. Here is Shumpert. Rebound by the Kings. Dedmon's got his 6th rebound on the night.
A really tough night for him offensively. I mean, I wonder what the score would be if he wasn't so cold from the field. The assist is the key to that sequence. I mean, a great look to set him up.
Bounce pass, Temple. Shumpert dishes to Temple. And there's a minute 45 left in the third quarter. Dedmon with the block, and he's able to get it back. Sacramento's got it here in the second half from outside, nailing 3 of 4 from the arc. Here's Farrell, and it's blocked.
Shumpert hustles for every block that he gets.
The Kings making a switch here. Ielitz is checked in. Ariza outside. A miss that time would have put him up. The Nets with the lead. To the left wing. Here's Mwaba. It's good, only a few seconds into the shot clock. Here's Farrell. There's the pass to Bogdanovich. It's Dedmon, top of the key. In the corner, Farrell. Down to 5 on the shot clock. For the tie, it's hauled in by Claxton. Claxton's got 4 rebounds in this game.
His offense has been non-existent tonight. It's really hurting him.
And any lob to Jordan is about as sure a thing as you can get. So athletic for a big with tremendous hands, and big fella knows how to get in prime position for those alley-oop feeds.
That's going to draw a whistle every time down the floor. Not even close to being a legal screen.
And he knows it too. He tried to get away with it. Sometimes you do. That time he didn't.
Prince is checked in for Brooklyn. Outside jumper. Cross contact on the shot. Now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
And a little separation here, gaining some confidence.
Yeah, it feels like they're just one step ahead right now, looking to build out their advantage even further.
This trip is his second to the free throw line in this one. And that one falls for Shumpert. There's 25 seconds left to play in the third. Bogdanovich with it. He's got 12. His second trip to the free throw line.
Shooting 2.
And he can't get the first one.
Well, an all-around threat with a promising future. I mean, Bogdanovich has the tools and the drive. He could be a solid player in this league for many years.
And the second free throw, good. 17 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Now here's Prince. He's got 13. On the wing, Shumpert. Misses off the left iron. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Nets lead by 7. 2K Sports back in a moment here in Brooklyn. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed, and you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
Well, I like that he didn't make his decision too early. You know, he let the play develop. That's how you do it. Finds the weakness in that defense.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. On the court for Sacramento, they've got Trevor Ariza. Bielitsa is out there with Dwayne Dedmon. Then there's Bogdanovich. And it's Farrell in at the one. Bogdanovich, no luck.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backboard.
He misses the free throw. Buddy Hield, he's checked in for the Kings. Corey Joseph comes in for Yogi Ferrell. And he's good on the second. The Kings trail by 8. Now Joseph, Healed outside. The foul gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. And it's going to go on Iman Shumpert. And though Chris, he's known mostly for his shooting, Buddy Hield has been improving in other areas as well.
Oh, yeah. Let's talk about ball handling, playmaking. I mean, they're notably better from early in his career. He's a solid rebounder who is definitely not a weak link on the defensive side as well.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw drops for Hield.
Well, we always knew Buddy Hield was a strong shooter, but he was arguably the best in the game last season. A huge jump in field goal percentage from him, from anywhere on the floor.
And the Kings making a change here. Holmes checked in. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. And with Hield last year hitting over 45% of his threes on a significant volume.
Yeah, and he took over 7 threes a game. I mean, hitting them at that clip is incredible. He truly transformed himself into a go-to scorer last season with his dead-eye shooting.
Back to Ariza. Dishes it to Joseph. Good ball movement here by the Kings. Holmes kicks to Hield. Shot clock at 6. He scores his 5th field goal. He's taken 9 shots to get those 5.
Yeah, he's evolving into a more well-rounded scorer. Hield really showing his toughness right there, finishing off these types of shots.
Prince with it. Holmes on him. Prince, the pass to Dinwiddie. Here's Claxton. Fires for 3. That one falls, coming off Dinwiddie's feet. And the Nets lead by 7.
Well, he's not focused on the D on most possessions, but you can forget about him altogether.
Joseph with the ball, defended by Dinwiddie. Hield against Shumpert. Hield attacking. Can't hit from 12. Nets leading by 7. Prince, the pass to Claxton. Now the feed to Dinwiddie. That's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession. Ellinson's checked in for Brooklyn. Joe Harris comes in for Shumpert. Temple, the pass to Ellinson. It's stolen by Ariza. It's Bielitsa. A 3-pointer is right on target.
Having to chase Bielitsa off that 3-point line, I mean, when you don't, this is what happens.
Let's a floater go. Here's Ariza. Banked in off the glass. Now just a 2-point Brooklyn lead. And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the 4th. Joseph against Dinwiddie. There's Ellinson. That one falls, coming off Dinwiddie's feet.
And guys, all about hard work from this point on. They've worked hard to create that high-quality shot and then able to knock it down.
Now here's Joseph. Hield outside. No good on the triple.
He's done almost no damage from 3-point range in this game. No threes in this half and only 1 in the first.
Dinwiddie. Joseph. Pass to Harris. To the middle. And Ellinson throws it down.
Oh, and look at how well he led him in there. Really, he passed him open for that dish.
Joseph looking over the floor. Ariza outside. It's Bielitsa. From outside, off the mark.
A good job by him on the glass here tonight. +8 in that department.
The dish to Prince. The three-pointer, no good.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Oh, and that's up.
Oh, the awesome vertical of Ariza, soaring off the drive and finishing with his deceptive strength.
Here's Temple. Pass to Prince. The baseline J. And it's Brooklyn scoring again. And so it's Joseph with it. He'll bring it up for the Sacramento Kings. They trail by 6. Healed outside. Five on the clock. Pass to Holmes. Good on the bucket. And he's now got the double-double. 10 points and 10 rebounds.
Oh, no doubt that Buddy Hield can shoot with the best of them. It's encouraging watching him share the wealth as well.
Dinwiddie dishes to Prince. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
A good sign that he's getting to the line a lot here in the second half, putting pressure on the D.
First free throw is good. And the Nets making a change here. Kuruc is checked in. Harrison Barnes, he's checked in for Sacramento. And both free throws good for Prince. The Kings trail by 6. And here is Joseph. Barnes outside. It's Bielitsa. Hits it from three-point range. Bielitsa's got 9 points now in just the second half.
And I tell you what, they're doing their best to cut down the lead with some smart offense here in the second half. Shot selection much improved since the break.
Now here is Harris, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Kuruc was the 40th pick and wasn't expected to contribute, Greg, in year 1, but his strong play as a rookie has helped rescue a Nets team that was teetering on the brink with the loss of Karis LeVert.
You know, they had guys who could shoot, and they had guys who could defend, but no one who could do both. Kuruc can hit open threes, and with that 7'2" wingspan, a factor defensively.
First one falls for him. That one falls, so he hits both of them. The Kings trail by 5. Outside, Joseph. It's outside. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Oh, that's a nice play from Barnes. Putting enough pressure on the D that time, and they were forced to foul and give him a chance at the line.
Shoot 2.
And the first one at the line is good.
Now, the professionalism that Barnes brings to the floor is invaluable. I mean, he's someone that comes in and wants to contribute in any way he can.
And he can't hit the second.
That one miss was huge. He had a chance to turn this into a one-possession game.
Dinwiddie passes to Temple. Back to Dinwiddie. And he jams it with authority.
Just what?
He is never going to take his foot off the pedal.
What a performer this guy is. He relishes the chance to hammer it down.
Now here's Hield. Nobody near Barnes. It's hauled in by Harris. Nets leading by... The pass to Prince. Dinwiddie outside. Harris outside. Four on the shot clock. Poke to ones with the steal. Here's Joseph. Rebound, Brooklyn. Claxton's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. And it's Sacramento with the rebound.
He usually takes advantage of D like that. Should have been a simple layup.
Passes it to Hield. On the wing, Barnes. It's Bielitsa. Some solid defense from Harris. And so it's Dinwiddie who brings up the ball for Brooklyn. At one point, they led by 16. Prince kicks to Dinwiddie. Here's Temple. Back to Dinwiddie. Over Bielitsa. Nice spin off the left rim and in. 7 points for Spencer Dinwiddie. The Kings trail by 8. Outside, Joseph. Pass to Hield. Trying to find Holmes. Gets it to him. No good. And they can't put an end to this drought. The Nets have gone 6 of 9 on their field goal attempts since the start of the 4th quarter. Takes it from 10. The shot, no good. And the Kings going the other way now. Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
Dinwiddie with it. Pass to Temple. Back to Dinwiddie. It's stolen by Hield. And now Sacramento on the break. Lays it in off the breakaway. And now just a 4-point Nets lead.
This guy is a gamer. Hield's eyes light up when he gets the chance to take these shots.
Hey, yo, right here, right here.
Dinwiddie against Joseph. Harris looking it over. 6 to shoot. Here's the 3. And again, no good by Brooklyn. The Kings trail by 4. To the paint, here's Holmes. Kicks to Jordan. And here's Prince outside. Good for his 6th make in a dozen attempts, shooting 50% with that basket.
Textbook. Nice pass. Great catch. Even better finish.
Barnes again. The drive. On his 15th shot attempt, he makes his 9th basket. Shooting a healthy 60% tonight.
Look at the fortitude of Barnes. They no fear at all.
Here's Temple. Prince has got 10 points now this quarter. The Kings trail by 6. 1:25 left to play in the final quarter. Dinwiddie against Joseph. Pass to Barnes. Fires from deep. Jordan with the rebound. Brooklyn's gotten off 4 3-pointers, and 2 of them have fallen. Here's Prince, and the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
You have to control and finish the play.
105. Joseph, the pass to Bielitsa. And a miss there on the triple. Guys, you've got to think a basket here would seal it.
No question. That would be all she wrote.
Bielitsa. A nice shot by Jordan. And now an 11-point Nets lead.
And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort. Put this one away.
Yeah, I love how they play throughout there. No signs of selfishness. They're just a total team effort.
Now here's Barnes. And the layup's good off the glass.
See how polished and composed Barnes is? Doesn't rush anything. Just takes what he gets.
And they can just let the clock run out here.
Cannot argue with the W.
Here's Temple. Picking up the win. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, made the difference.
Yeah, and the first step in becoming a good team is your ability to win at home. And they really seem to revel in that opportunity, and this is what they came out to do.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. DeAndre, what do you think this team's identity is this season?
We just have so many guys that can score. It's going to be somebody's night every night, like I keep saying. But we're also, court offense is getting a lot better.
The ball is moving around, DeAndre. Thanks for your time. Kevin?
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Chris Webber, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.